The year was 1969, and two unlikely friends were about to enter the most dangerous territory in Los Angeles. Steve McQueen pulled up on his Triumph motorcycle. Behind him, Bruce Lee followed in a modest sedan. No sign marked the building. Just an address. But the dozen Harley Davidson choppers parked outside told you everything you needed to know. This was a Hells Angels clubhouse, outlaw territory, and Bruce Lee was about to walk into a world where Hollywood credentials meant nothing. "Bruce," McQueen said, "these guys are different. They don't care about fame or movies. They respect one thing: realness. Just be yourself." Entering enemy territory, McQueen knocked on the steel door in a coded pattern. It opened to reveal a massive man in a leather vest, tattoos covering his arms, scars on his knuckles. "Who's this?" the doorman asked, studying Bruce. "Friend of mine, Bruce Lee. Wanted to bring him by." Inside the clubhouse, 15 bikers wearing Death's Head patches turned to look at the newcomers. McQueen moved through shaking hands, introducing Bruce as a martial arts instructor. The Angels nodded cautiously. Bruce could feel their evaluation. This was their territory, and he was an outsider. Hollywood. Chinese. Small. Everything these men distrusted. Ironhead Jake, one man separated from the group, walking toward them with the deliberate authority of someone who owned whatever space he occupied. He was massive, 6'4", 260 pounds of prison, hardened muscle. Thick arms that looked like they could bend steel, barrel chest, and a completely shaved head bearing the scars of old violence. Everyone called him Ironhead Jake. He'd earned the nickname in Folsom State Prison when he took a lead pipe to the skull during a riot and kept fighting. His skull was apparently too thick to crack. The man who'd swung the pipe hadn't been so fortunate. Jake had beaten him to death with his bare hands. Jake was the enforcer here, the muscle, the one who handled problems when problems needed permanent solutions. He'd done time for murder, had killed at least 2 men that anyone knew about, and carried himself with the confidence of someone who understood violence as a tool rather than just an emotion. And right now, he was looking at Bruce Lee, like Bruce might be exactly the kind of problem that needed his particular expertise to solve. The challenge, Jake stopped directly in front of McQueen, deliberately ignoring Bruce. "Steve," his voice was gravelly like grinding stones. "Why are you bringing movie people here? This ain't Hollywood. This is our club. We don't trust outsiders, especially pretty boys from TV." McQueen stayed calm. "Jake, he's real. Trust me." Jake finally looked at Bruce, studying him like a specimen. "Your Chinese friend ever been in a real fight? Prison fight? Bar fight where somebody dies? Or just movie fights?" Bruce met Jake's stare without flinching. "I've been in real fights. Street fights. Challenge matches. No rules. No cameras. Real." Jake's laugh was sharp and humorless. "Yeah. Let's see if you bleed like everyone else." No turning back. The clubhouse went dead silent. This was a challenge, issued in front of witnesses, in Jake's own territory. There was no backing down without losing face, and in this world, losing face could be fatal. McQueen looked at Bruce with concern. This wasn't supposed to happen, but Bruce's expression remained calm. "I don't want problems," Bruce said. "I came as Steve's guest, out of respect. But if you need to see something, I can show you." Jake's grin was predatory. "Garage now." The private test. The garage was private, concrete floor, motorcycles pushed aside. 6 angels followed, including Jake. McQueen followed, worried. The garage door rolled down, sealing them from the outside world. 7 men, 6 angels, and 1 guest. No witnesses outside this room. Jake peeled off his vest, revealing massive arms covered in prison tattoos. This was functional muscle, earned through years of violence, and survival. "Steve says you're real," Jake said, rolling his shoulders. "Let's see. Come at me. Show me this kung fu works in the real world." Bruce shook his head. "I won't attack you. This is your club, your territory. I'm a guest. But if you want to test me, you attack. I'll respond. Controlled. No one gets hurt." Jake laughed. "Controlled? Pretty boy, when I swing, there ain't nothing controlled about it." 16 seconds. Jake stepped forward with casual confidence. No formal stance. Just natural posture of someone who'd learned violence in prison yards. He'd fought hundreds of times, bar fights, prison brawls. This small Chinese guy didn't intimidate him. Bruce stood naturally relaxed, hands at his sides, just breathing and waiting. Jake threw his first punch, a haymaker, right with his full 260 pounds behind it. The kind that had dropped grown men cold. Bruce's hands moved with liquid quickness, intercepting Jake's wrist, redirecting the massive fist harmlessly through empty air. The movement was so minimal, it looked almost accidental. Jake's eyes widened. That was faster than expected. He reset and threw a left hook, committing his full weight. Again, Bruce deflected it with minimal movement. Jake's expression shifted from amusement to genuine interest. He'd been in enough fights to recognize skill. Changing tactics, Jake charged forward, using his size and weight, 260 pounds, trying to crash into Bruce's 135-pound frame. But Bruce moved forward into the charge, meeting it at an angle Jake hadn't anticipated. Jake felt his momentum redirected, his balance compromised. Then Bruce's hand was on his chest, light contact, proving a point. In a real fight, that could have been a devastating blow. Jake stopped, stepping back, breathing hard. Not from exertion, but from realization. This small man had just controlled him completely, made him miss, redirected his charge, demonstrated openings without breaking a sweat. 16 seconds. From Jake's first punch to complete demonstration. What happened next will amaze you. Jake looked at Bruce, really looked at him for the first time. Saw past the size, past Hollywood, past his prejudices. What he saw was real skill, the kind that could only come from years of serious training. The garage was silent. 5 angels had watched Ironhead Jake, their enforcer, who'd killed a man with his bare hands, controlled by a martial artist who never struck back. Jake walked to his vest, put it back on. When he turned back to Bruce, everything had changed. He extended his hand. "You're real," he said simply. Bruce shook it with genuine respect. "Thank you for testing me respectfully." Jake nodded. "Steve said you were solid. I had to see it myself. We don't trust easy. Too many fake people. Too many pretending to be tough." He looked directly into Bruce's eyes. "You're not pretending." He turned to the other angels. "He's solid. He's good." The tension evaporated instantly. Suspicion became curiosity and respect. The real education, what happened next, was remarkable. The angels, hardened men who trusted no one, became students. "That was fast, man," one said. "I couldn't see half of what you did. How'd you make Jake miss when he was right on you?" Bruce smiled for the first time. Years of training. Understanding principles, not just techniques. "I can show you if you're interested." They spent 2 hours in that garage. Bruce demonstrated distance, timing, reading body language. The angels asked questions, genuinely curious now, eager to learn. Jake watched respectfully. He'd been humbled but not humiliated. Bruce hadn't embarrassed him, just demonstrated truth. And Jake respected truth. The bond as evening approached. Jake walked them to the door. "Bruce," he said, "you're welcome here anytime. You earned respect today. That don't happen easy with us. But you're solid. You ever need anything, you got angels backing you." Bruce nodded appreciatively. Thank you for the test. You're a tough man, real fighter. I respect that. Driving away, McQueen looked at Bruce admiringly. You okay? That got intense. Bruce nodded. I'm fine. Jake needed to know I was real. I understand that. Trust is earned, not given. McQueen smiled. You earned it. Not many people earn Jake's respect. He's killed a man. He doesn't respect easily. I could tell he was dangerous, Bruce said quietly. Real violence in his past. But he's honorable in his way. He tested me fairly. I respect that. The sacred code, McQueen spoke seriously as they drove. Don't talk about this. Angels don't like their business discussed. What happens in the club stays in the club. That's their code. Break it and all that respect disappears. Bruce nodded understanding. I won't mention it. And he never did. For the rest of his life, Bruce Lee never publicly discussed that day. Never told the story in interviews or documentaries. Never mentioned Iron Head Jake or described the garage demonstration. Never used it for publicity or to enhance his reputation. McQueen kept the same silence. When reporters asked about his relationship with motorcycle clubs, he kept it vague. I ride with them sometimes. They're good people, misunderstood, nothing more. The 6 angels who witnessed it also stayed silent, not from legal contracts or threats, but from their code. What happens in the club stays in the club, period. No exceptions. Over the years, some of them died motorcycle accidents, bar fights, old age taking its toll on men who'd lived hard lives. But none ever broke the code. None ever publicly discussed Bruce Lee's visit to their clubhouse. When Bruce died tragically in 1973, something remarkable happened. Several angels attended the funeral, not publicized, not photographed, not announced. They simply showed up to pay respects. Jake stood in the back, didn't approach the family, didn't draw attention. Just there to honor someone who'd earned their respect. When McQueen died in 1980, the same quiet respect was paid. Angels at his funeral too. Honoring someone who'd understood their world and brought them someone real. Why this story matters. This isn't about celebrities meeting outlaws. It's about respect earned the hardest way possible in outlaw territory, against dangerous men who don't give respect easily, who test everything and trust nothing. Bruce walked into their world as an outsider, passed their most difficult test, earned their respect, and honored their code by staying silent. That's authentic. That's real. That's the Bruce Lee cameras never captured, not the movie star persona, but the martial artist who could earn respect anywhere. From anyone, through skill, character, and genuine humility. Ironhead Jake learned something profound that day too. Real strength isn't always about size and intimidation. Sometimes it's about skill, understanding, and the confidence to remain calm under extreme pressure. Sometimes the most dangerous opponent is the one who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. The garage where it happened is probably gone now, demolished for development. The clubhouse may have moved or been sold. Most of the witnesses have passed away, taking their secrets to their graves. But the lesson remains as powerful as ever. Respect is earned through actions, not words. Trust is built through character, not reputation. And sometimes the most unlikely encounters teach us the most important truths about what it really means to be authentic in a world full of pretenders. That day in 1969, two worlds collided: Hollywood glamour and outlaw reality. What emerged wasn't conflict or violence, but mutual understanding and respect. Bruce Lee proved he was real. Ironhead Jake proved he could recognize and honor real skill when he saw it. And Steve McQueen proved he understood both worlds well enough to bring them together safely. The story stayed buried for over 50 years because all parties honored the code that made it possible. That's what real respect looks like.